People of the Dominion, rise up and defend yourselves.
Authority. If you can't leave it,
Finally,
love it.
some backup. Look, I need to get rid of this infestation before it spreads to the rest of the planet. The infested come out at night, but they can't survive the daylight. Use that time to take out their structures.
Right behind me. We're the higher authority. Guess This is the home front now. If you can't leave it, love it. Empire's right behind me. Oh, me? Who guess? Who'd I piss on? Me? You sure? I could get along. I'm no traitor. Guess I'm... Who'd I... Me? This is the home front now. Empire's right behind me. My dominion, right or wrong. If you can't leave it, love it. Guess I'm on your list.
You haven't got the minerals for that.
Who'd I pick? I could get a lot for this gun. Me?
You need to dig up more minerals.
Empire's right behind me. What? Guess if you can't leave it, love it.
Get more minerals. Be industrious.
Heads up, commanders. The day's almost over, which means the infested are gonna come for us soon.
That's today. Is that you, Emperor? Sir. Suit's fitting okay. Looking for food, sir. My dominion, right or wrong. Pressing on.
The sun is down. Defend against the infested until it rises again.
Leave it. Love it. Sir.
Reinforcements to the front line.
Empire's right behind me. We're the higher authority. My dominion, right or wrong.
Zerg. Such monstrosity.
Empire's right behind me. I'm no traitor. Guess I'm on the This is the home front now. What else would I do? Guess I'm on your list. We're the higher authority. Who'd I...
Spotters are in the air. Shoot them down before they become a problem.
Guess I'm on. We're the higher authority. Who'd I pick? This is the home front now. If you can't leave it, love it. I'm prepped.
Ready to roll out!
Yeah.
I've been clear about where you can't build.
Been okay.
Your upgrade is production ready.
We're the higher authority. Suspect. Yes. Empire's right behind me.
Ready to roll out!
My dominion, right or wrong. Suit's fitting okay. I'm prepped. Any regs I should know? Sir, press if you can't.
The night's almost over. We'll be safe to move out again in the daytime.
We're the higher authority. sir.
Upgrade is complete.
Empire's right behind. Looking. Sir.
Time to get to work. We have to burn away enough of the infestation before the day ends. Start with the structures I've marked.
This is the home front
Together,
now.
we can destroy any foe.
We're the higher authority.
Earthsplitter Ordnance complete. Contaminated
Is that
strike
you?
available.
If you can't leave it, love it. Asshole. If you can't leave it, love it. Who's resisting us today? Is that you? Looking for direction? Fitting okay. Sir, my dominion, right or wrong. Empire's right behind me. This is the home front now. Good as gold.
They're hitting your base. Spring the trap.
We're the higher authority. If you can't leave it, love it. My dominion, right or wrong. Waving the banner. I'm worth 10 of them.
You haven't got the minerals for that.
This is the home front now. Waving the banner. My dominion, right or wrong.
Time is running out. Don't forget that our base will need to be defended at night.
This is the home front now. I'm worth good as gold. Empire's right behind.
You need to dig inadequate Vespine gas.
I've got another sector with structures on my scanners.
In it together. Waving the...
Just keep fighting, commanders. We'll make it through the night.
My dominion, right or wrong. If you can't leave it, love it. Empire's right behind me. My dominion.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond?
By any Empire's right behind.
War is here. Your Vespine reserves are lacking.
I'm worth 10 of them.
Got something?
Good as gold. I'm worth 10 of them. On time, this is the home front.
Your base is under attack.
Empire's right behind me. If you can't leave it,
The enemy's in our base. Pay attention. Your upgrade is... You don't have nearly...
Empire's right behind me.
Your Vespine reserves are lacking.
Take up! My dominion.
Yeah, they're hitting
Looks like they're trying to tear down a barricade.
By in it together. By in.
You want to build there? Don't release the Zerg. Our army's in the skirmish.
We're the higher authority. My dominion, right or wrong. If you can't,
The enemy's in our base. You pay attention. Enemy raid on
we're
our
the higher
The
authority.
Marines named these ones kaboomers. The acid spit is bad enough, but just wait until they explode.
Take up! We're the higher authority. Full force.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond?
We're the higher authority.
The Dominion stands behind me. All emergency powers are now online. The enemy...
Are you kidding me? Amon wants to attack us now too? Perfect.
We're the higher authority.
with Vespine gas.
Here comes the throw.
Daybreak is just around the corner. Hold the line until then.
This is the home front now. If you can't leave it, love it. If you can't leave it, love it.
Your base is
Can't
under
leave
attack.
it, love it.
How will you respond?
If you can't leave it, love it.
The enemy's in our
Sunrise.
base.
That's our cue to move. We won't have enough time later if we destroy too few structures today.
Rise on!
Bring in the peace. This is the home front now.
They're hitting
My
your
dominion,
base.
right or
Spring the trap.
Empire's right behind me. If you can't leave it, my dominion, right or wrong. Take it. Wait, I'm worth 10 of them. Good as gold. If you can't leave it, love it.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond?
Empire's right behind me. Bring in the peace. If you can't leave it, love it. Here comes the We're the higher authority. My dominion, right or wrong.
They're hitting your base. Spring the
If you
trap.
can't leave it, love it. Here comes the We're the higher.
That spot's under interdiction.
Empire's right behind me.
You don't have your base is under attack. How will you respond?
Bring in the peace. Empire's right behind me. Here, if you can't leave it, love it. We're the higher one. My dominion, right or wrong.
The enemy's in our base. Pay attention.
Empire's right behind me. We're the higher authority. If you can't leave it, love it.
Another day's coming to an end.
Banner.
The enemy's in our base.
This
Pay
is
attention.
the home front now. Empire's right. We're the higher authority. Full force. If you can't leave it, this is the home front now.
Your base
We're
is
in for a
under
rough
attack.
night, but I know we can survive it. Looks like there's a viral phage among the infested. Might be a good idea to kill it. We can only do that at night. You have until sunrise to attack the virophage. If you can't kill it now, you can come back to it tomorrow night.
Empire's
Into
right
the red
behind
zone.
me.
Base. Pay attention.
My dominion, right or wrong.
The infested are trying to break through one of our barricades. I'm seeing the infested gather at one of the barricades.
In it together. We're
Allied forces are under attack. They're hitting your base. Spring the trap.
We're the higher authority. We're the higher.
They're
I've
hitting
been
your
clear
base.
about where you can't
Spring the trap.
If you can't leave it,
Your allies could use backup.
Empire's
They might return the favor.
This is
Enemies
the
in
home
our
front
base.
now.
Pay attention.
My dominion, right or wrong. Empire's right behind me.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond?
This
Your base is under
inhumane.
attack. How will you respond?
If you can't leave it,
You don't have near...
this headed into the red zone.
I like the hustle, but I'd advise against it, Commanders. It'll be easier to take out the structures in the daytime.
My dominion.
Enemy Nidus worm detected.
This is the home front now. Got something for me? My,
The enemy's in our base. Pay attention.
if you can't leave it,
They're hitting your base. Spring the trap.
Up, ready to go!
by any means. Taking the banner. On time, we're the higher authority.
Your base
This
is
is
under
the home
attack.
front now.
Looks like Amon wants a piece of us too. Get those defenses in place.
The enemy's in our base. Pay attention.
In it together.
I've been...
Headed into the red zone.
You want to build there? Don't bother.
Headed into the red zone.
Base. Pay attention.
The infested can attack us all they want. Soon, it's gonna be our turn. Don't get too bold out there. If our base falls to the infested, this planet will be lost.
We're the higher authority. They're everywhere.
They're hitting your base. Spring the trap.
This is Inhumane. Empire's right behind me. Take up. I'm worth 10 of them. In it. Waving the banner.
Your base is under attack. We're already at max supply.
In it together.
They're hitting your base. Spring the trap.
On time, on target. Bringing the peace. Fight.
Upgrade is complete on schedule. The enemy's in our base. Pay attention.
This is the home front now.
All right.
Right
It
behind.
looks like we've taken out a good amount of infestation. Just need to keep it up.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond? They're hitting your base. Spring the trap. Upgrade is complete on schedule. The people have
In it
granted
together.
me full emergency power.
Waving the banner. If you can't leave it, love it. Headed into the red
None
zone.
will escape the area of impasse. Pay attention.
This is the home front.
Flush out the cloak ones.
Empire's right behind me.
We do what we must. Unleash the enemy's begun hostilities. Enemy raid on our forces.
Looks like we can find additional structures here.
My dominion, right or wrong.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond?
Empire's right behind me. This is the home front now. If you can't leave it, love it. We're the higher authority.
Your base
Make the
is
most of
under
the day,
attack.
commanders. It's nearly over.
My dominion, right or wrong.
The enemy's in our base. Pay attention.
Empire's right behind me. My dominion, right or wrong. Here comes the... This is the home front now.
Sit tight, commanders. This night's just getting started.
They're hitting your base.
Sure you want to do that at night, commanders? The infested will be here any minute.
Take up, by any means.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond? Enemies in our base. Pay attention.
In it together. Headed into the red zone.
Like the hustle, but I'd advise against it, commanders. It'll be easier to take out the structures in the daytime.
They're
This
hitting
is
your
the home
base.
front now.
Spring the trap.
Detecting an enemy Night Swarm.
They're everywhere.
They're hitting your base. Invest in a supply depot quickly. Weapons more weapons than any. Your force is under attack. Take control of the situation.
Take up. Wait.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond? With the public's full support, we may take whatever measures are necessary.
If you can't leave it, love it. We're the higher authority.
The enemy's Enemies in our base. Pay attention.
I'm worth 10 of them. They're everywhere.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond?
Amon's supporting the infested with his own forces. It's gonna be a long night.
Headed into the red zone.
Detecting an enemy Nidus one.
Base. Spring the trap. Fire missile.
Don't get too bold out there. If our base falls to the infested, this planet will be lost. We can do this, Commanders. It's almost sunrise.
The enemy's in our base. Pay attention. They're hitting your base. Spring the trap.
Let's get to work, Commanders. We have to burn enough of the infestation today so that we don't fall behind.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond?
I'm worth 10 of them. By any means. Bring in the peace. Full force. On time, on target.
Enemies in our base. Pay attention.
In it together. Waving the banner.
Enemies in our base. Pay attention.
Good as gold. Take up. Bring it.
Your base is under attack. How will you
My
respond?
dominion, right or wrong. Good as gold. Here comes the throne. On time, on target. Bring in the peace.
That spot's under interdiction. They're hitting your base. Spring the trap. Our allies' base is besieged.
I'm worth 10 of them.
The enemy's in our base. Pay attention.
Looks like the sun's about to set. Get ready for nightfall.
Here comes the throne. We're the higher authority.
Your base is under attack.
If you can't leave it, love it. Bring it.
Another night, another fight. Keep them out of our base. You sure you want to do that at night, Commanders? The infested will be here any minute.
They're hitting your base. Spring the trap.
You sure you want to do that at night, Commanders? The infested will be here any minute.
The enemy's in our base. Pay attention.
Even the...
Enemy Nidus one detected.
Hey,
Honor
not
them
exactly.
until nothing remains.
This is the home front now.
They're hitting your base.
This is the home front now. We're the higher
Release the Zerg. Your force is under
This
attack.
is
Don't
the
get too
home
bold out there. If our base falls to the infested, this planet will be lost.
They're hitting your base. Spring the trap. Our army's in the skirmish.
Looking for direction. Who's resisting us today?
base is under attack. How will you respond?
My scans show that half of the infestation is gone. We can do this. I like the hustle, but I'd advise against it, Commanders. It'll be easier to take out the structures in the daytime.
Bring in the...
The enemy's in our base. Pay attention.
Good as gold. Core hull.
They're hitting your base. Spring the trap.
Are you kidding me? Amon wants to attack us now too? Perfect.
Your base is under attack. The enemy's moved on an allied They're base. Hitting your base.
Hey, I'm not expendable.
Detecting an enemy Nidus swarm.
The enemy's in
Keep
our
it up.
base.
Night's coming to an end soon.
They're everywhere.
Under attack. Our allies must move.
They're everywhere. This is the home front now. On time, on target. With empty. Here
The
comes...
enemy's in our base. Pay attention.
Let's get to work, Commanders. We have to burn enough of the infestation today so that we don't fall behind.
Your base is under attack.
My belief, right or wrong. Good.
Our allies' base is besieged.
Good as gold. Bring in the peace. The throne.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond? The enemy's moved on an allied base. The trap. The enemy's in our base. Pay attention. They're hitting your base. Spring the trap. Our allies might lose that base. Your base is under attack. How will you respond?
I'm worth 10 of that. Good as gold.
The enemy's in our base. Pay attention.
Core all strong. Here comes the throne.
The enemy's in our base. Pay attention. The enemy's moved on an allied base.
Sending you the coordinates for more structures.
The enemy's begun hostilities. Your base is under attack. How will you respond? Our allies' base is besieged. Your base is under attack. How will you respond?
It's almost nighttime. Be ready for the infested.
None question my authority. My power is that base.
We're the higher authority.
Enemies in our base. Pay attention.
We're the higher authority.
Enemy Nidus swarm detected.
I knew the infestation was bad. This is crazy. Hold them off.
The enemy's moved on. They're hitting your base. Spring the trap. The enemy's in our base. Pay attention.
Love it. We're the
Your base is under attack. Our allies might lose
Empire's
that
right
base.
behind me.
They're hitting your base. Spring the trap. Your base is under attack. How will you respond? Our allies'
Enemy
base.
Nidus swarm detected.
We're the higher authority.
Let there be no retribution.
Empire's right behind me. Pressing on.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond?
Hey, I'm not
Detecting an enemy Nidus swarm.
leave it, love it. If you can't leave it, love it.
Take control of the enemies in our
We're
base.
the higher
Pay
authority.
attention.
You just saved me a lot of trouble, Commanders. I was gonna send a crew to exterminate that thing after this mission.
They're hitting your base. Spring the trap. Our allies might lose that base.
If you can't leave it, love it. My dominion.
Your base is under attack.
This is
Looks
the
like
home
Amon
front
wants a
now.
piece of us too. Get those defenses in place.
The home front now.
This may look bad, but it won't last much longer. Morning's almost here.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond? The enemy's moved on an allied base.
Empire's right behind you.
Detecting an enemy Nidus 1.
Sunrise. That's our cue to move. We won't have enough time later if we destroy too few structures today.
Our allies' base is besieged.
We're the higher authority. If you can't leave it, love it.
Your base is under attack.
We're the higher
How will you
authority.
respond?
My dominion, right or wrong. Empire.
Defer that landing. Our allies might lose that base. The trap.
Empire's right behind me.
Contaminated strike
You
initiated.
can't leave it, love it. This is the home front now.
The enemy's in our base.
You can't leave it, love it. This is the home front now.
The enemy's moved on an allied
We're
base.
the higher authority. Full Empire's right behind me. I'm working. If you can't leave it, my dominion, right or wrong.
The enemy's in our allies might lose that base.
We're the higher authority. Empire's right behind me. Love it. This is the home front now.
Your base is under attack. How will
You
you
can't
respond?
leave it. Love it. My,
Our allies' base is besieged.
you can't leave it. Love it. My dominion, right or wrong.
They're hitting your base. Spring the trap.
My dominion.
Vespine Geyser is spent.
This is the home
The enemy's moved on an
My
allied
dominion,
base.
right or wrong.
Your base
This
is
is
under
the home
attack.
front now.
How will you respond?
If you can't leave it, love it.
The enemy's in our base.
Don't go out
Pay
too
attention.
far. There isn't much time left in the day.
Empire's right behind me.
They're hitting
My
your base.
dominion, right or wrong. Wave the banner. If you can't leave,
Our allies might lose that base.
Empire.
Enemy Nidus 1 detected.
Here come the infested. We have to hold them off until sunrise.
My dominion, right or wrong.
Like the hustle. But
Empire's right
I'd
behind.
advise against it, Commanders. It'll be easier to take out the structures in the daytime.
The enemy's in our
Empire's
base.
right
Allied
behind me.
base.
Empire's right behind me.
Irradiate the very ground that they walk on.
We're the higher. My dominion, right or wrong.
They're hitting your base. Spring the trap.
We're the
Don't
higher.
get too bold out there. If our base falls to the infested, this planet will be lost.
If you can't leave it,
Detecting an enemy Nidus 1.
love it. If you can't leave it, love it. We're the higher. Headed into the red zone.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond?
If you can't leave it, love
Enemy Nidus 1 detected.
it. This is the home front now.
The Enemies in our
This
base.
is the home
Pay
front
attention.
now. We're the higher authority.
They're hitting
We're
your
the
base.
higher authority. We're the higher authority. If you can't leave it, love it.
Your base
Empire's
is
right
under
behind
attack.
me.
How will you respond? Enemies in our base. Pay
Headed
attention.
into the red zone. Right or wrong. If you can't leave it, love it. This is the home front now. If you can't leave it, love it. Empire's right behind me. This is Inhumane.
Under attack. How will you respond?
We do what we do.
You sure you want to do that at night, Commanders? The infested will be here any minute. Ugh, Amon's supporting the infested with his own forces. It's gonna be a long night.
This
It won't be long now. We just have to survive until dawn.
can't leave it. Love it.
The people have granted me full emergency power.
This is Inhumane.
Annihilate them. Enemies in our base. Pay attention.
Detecting an enemy Nidus worm.
Sunrise. That's our cue to move. We won't have enough time later if we destroy too few structures today.
Take up. Bring it the beat. I'm worth 10 of that.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond?
Empire's right behind me.
You left me no choice. Say goodbye to your constituent family.
Right or wrong. Take up. Hold.
Enemies in our base. Pay attention.
Empire's right behind me. We're the higher authority. Waving the
They're
banner.
hitting your base. Spring the trap.
Most of the infestation has been dealt with. Just a little more to go.
We're the higher authority. This is the home front.
Your base is under attack. How
My
will you
dominion.
respond?
Right or wrong. Love it. Empire's right behind me. My dominion. Right or wrong. On time. Empire's right behind me. Hold forward. This is the home front now.
Enemies in our base.
If you can't leave it, love it. On time, we're the higher authority. This is the home front now. If you can't leave it, love it. My dominion.
The
This
day's
is the
gonna
home
end soon,
front.
Commanders.
We're the higher authority. This is the home front now. My dominion, right or wrong. We're the higher authority. If you can't leave it, love it. My dominion, right or wrong.
They're hitting your
Enemy Nidus worm detected.
Lot of dead out there. Make sure that we don't join them.
We're the higher authority.
Like the hustle.
This is
But
the home front.
I'd advise against it, Commanders. It'll be easier to take out the structures in the daytime.
They're hitting your base.
We're the higher
Spring the
authority.
trap.
We're the higher authority. This is the home front now. Take up. We're the higher authority. We're
The enemies in our base. Pay attention.
Don't get too bold out there.
right or wrong.
If our base falls to the infested, this planet will be lost.
My dominion, right or wrong.
Detecting an enemy Nidus worm.
We're the higher authority.
Your base is under attack.
We're the higher authority.
attention.
This is the home front now.
They're hitting your base. Concentrate fire on this location. Headed into the red zone.
Empire's right behind me.
Your base is under attack.
You sure you want to do that at night, Commanders? The infested will be here any minute.
This is the home front.
They're hitting your base.
Don't give up, Commanders. This nightmare is about to end.
Pay attention.
Love it.
They're hitting
Can't
your
leave
base.
it. Love it.
But I'd advise against it, Commanders. It'll be easier to take out the structures in the daytime.
Detecting an enemy Nidus worm.
Let's get to work, Commanders. We have to burn enough of the infestation today so that we don't fall behind.
Here comes the This is the home front now. Empire's right behind me.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond?
Take it. Bring in the beat. This is the home front. We're the higher authority. This is the home front now. We're the higher authority.
They're hitting your base.
We're the higher authority. If you can't leave it, love it. We're the higher authority. If you can't leave it, love it.
Your base is under attack.
This is the home front
You
now.
respond.
My dominion, right or wrong. Can't leave it, love it. Empire's right behind me. We're the higher authority. My dominion, right or wrong.
Enemies in our base.
Empire's
Pay
right
attention.
behind me. This is the home front now. We're the higher authority. Take us. This is the home front now. Bring in the peace. Empire's right behind me. Core all strong. My dominion, right or wrong. If you can't leave it, love it. Empire's right behind me. On time. This is the home front now. We're the higher authority.
Looks like the
Empire's
sun's about
right
to set.
behind me.
Get ready for nightfall.
Empire's right behind me. This is the home front now. My dominion, right or wrong. You can't leave it. Love it. This is the home
Enemy Nidus worm detected.
I knew the infestation was bad. This is crazy. Hold them off.
If you can't leave
None
it,
will escape
love it.
the area of impact.
We're the higher authority. We're the higher authority.
You sure you want to do that at night, Commanders? The infested will be here any minute.
This is the home front now. If you can't leave it, love it. We're the higher authority.
Tunnel them until nothing remains.
My dominion.
We do, sons and daughters of the Dominion. Unleash, we march ever on. It's all in order.